Hey, shalom, 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 shalom. All right, let me check my volume here. All right, that should be right there. Should be good enough. Shalom once again. This is Naaman with the Great Millstone Camp here in DC. Back for another video. But first and foremost, call hello Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rekah Hakwadash, and of course, once again, all right. Double honors go out to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations also go out to the fellow Akim that are out there on the highways and byways, pushing the truth across the four corners of the earth, aided, of course, by the many, many works in the form of videos that go up and out over the airwaves and are there for your edification if you so choose, but they're primarily for our people who, that remnant, that hopeful elect of our people, for their edification. Yeah, you might be one of them. Don't know that. Don't know for sure if I am. But I'm out here working for it. All right. Yeah, this is what we're called to do out here, because these prophecies are singing. They're actually shouting. All right. And hey, it's no time for bullshitting out here. All right. This system, especially this economy, could collapse any moment. All right. Nothing but sheer panic and anarchy, because this is what they want. All right. You're seeing what's happening in Spain, and you know that was deliberate. All right. Clearly, this man that's ruling over us has to go. His time is done. Again, prophecy. Again, this is why he's acting the way he is, because as it says in Revelation chapter 12, verse 12, he knoweth that he hath but a short time. This is why you're going to see those horns stick out. For those of you that have been fooled into thinking that this man has turned over a new leaf, all right? He's a master at deception. That's another one of his blessings. But let's get the this copyright disclaimer here. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. All, of course, which I am doing. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing, but nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. All right? Fair use, fair use, fair use. So here we go again. All right, the crime report. This is Friday, Crime Report Friday. I try to do it as often as I can. These come out every week. So what do we have here? All right, more and more, this devil is being exposed for who and what he truly is. He's a murderer, he's a deceiver, he's a liar. All right, AKA the devil. But you notice his tool, that is the media, and let's be clear, that is an enormous help of his. With it, he has achieved a lot. All right, just your basic psychology. You don't have to get fancy with it. And we're going to see an example of it. You should know by now at this point. If you're been paying attention to the news with these high-profile cases concerning Jake, and how they can tweak things concerning media reports to serve in their favor. The glaring example is what happened to that young man down in Texas, Carnella Anthony. Clearly got railroaded. All right, and now with this young man that lost his life down in Mississippi, he's not the only one, of course, but there was a 10-year-old last April of last year, that was murdered. 10-year-old got run over He was on ATV. Real sad, you know. Guy walked back to get parts of his truck and left a young man there to die. No charges. Anyway, so here we go. Let's go to the video.
Family and fellow soldiers, I'm the Professor, and this is the Moment of Truth. And now the Friday Crime Report. Grand Haven Township, Michigan, Friday, July 24th, 2026, 8:30 a.m.
Last
Grand
Friday.
Haven Township for a residential fire at 14936 Riverside Trail. White smoke coming out of the window. House is full of smoke seen from the outside and smells electrical. Central clear at 1146. One story with walkout basement. Unknown if finished. Unknown if fire is in basement.
Remember that story from earlier this year about the man in Louisiana who killed 7 of his own children, then his own nephew before killing himself? Now that story got absolutely massive white media coverage, and I'm not saying that I don't understand why. When children are killed, it would be unnatural to bury that or to minimize it, which makes it doubly strange that there's been yet another mass murder of an entire family, this time in Grand Haven Township in Michigan, and this took place last Friday. A man killed all 6 of his own children, then set the house on fire and killed himself. Around 8:30 a.m. Friday, reports of the smell of smoke sent firefighters to Riverside Trail near 148th Avenue and Mercury Drive in Grand Haven Township, but they couldn't find a fire, so they left. Around 11:40 a.m., more calls of smoke came in. Firefighters went back and this time found smoke coming from the family's home. As crews doused the fire, they discovered the bodies all in various bedrooms. One has to wonder why it is that the first time they came out, they didn't at least knock on the door, try to see if there was anyone in there. The Ottawa County Sheriff's Office said they found the bodies of 47-year-old Christopher Karolkiewicz and his wife Amanda, as well as their 6 children ages 5 to 15. 2 of the children were adopted from China. Autopsies determined that all the family members died of gunshot wounds and that Christopher Karolkiewicz took his own life. Also found were the family's dogs and at least 1 cat which had perished in the blaze. Christopher was a vice president of sales and marketing for the American Heart Association from September 2023 to earlier this month when his employment ended, according to a statement from the organization. The AHA did not release further details, saying it doesn't comment on personnel matters. While with the AHA, he worked remotely for a division responsible for CPR and first aid training and products. There was no media attention of anything negative about the killer. They basically just gave his resume. As usual, we're told where he worked at, what his job duties were, but nothing else. Again, if somebody didn't tell you that the guy committed a mass murder, you wouldn't know. They report on how this was an ideal suburban family, and they lived the perfect life. But what hasn't been reported on so much is that his wife was giving warning signs. The Detroit News reported on a Reddit account matching...
See, this is what they do because it's designed to protect the Edomite/white male image. That's what it's always been about. And by contrast, what do they do with Jake? All right. You better believe, again, like that incident that happened down in Louisiana, all right, but they just seem to go out of their way. Well, it doesn't seem, they do go out of their way, all right, to discredit Jake. All right, that's been an MO of theirs for the longest. We've got books in here. One in particular was 100 Years of Lynching, and that's a collection of newspaper articles, all right, and you can see example after example after example of them. Black brute attacks white woman, shit like that. A whole book full of shit like that. All the lynchings. And we know that the number was greatly underreported. All right, as if you go and search out the writings of Ida B. Wells and others. All right, books by, let's see, At the Hands of Persons Unknown and a couple others. All right. Yeah, but this is, like I was saying at the onset of the video, the media has been a major tool of theirs. All right. And continues to be. But with the advent of modern technology, the internet, It's something that they could not control. Plus, devices such as these, everybody's got a smartphone, these small, powerful computers that everybody has on them that has cameras and microphones. They can't get away with manipulating shit like they used to. All right. But again, this is something that these people have become experts at, and let's get it. It's called psychological projection. All right. It says a defense mechanism where a person unconsciously puts their own unwanted thoughts, feelings, or impulses onto someone else. First named by Sigmund Freud, okay, because they look up the demons like this, and he was. All right, whole nother video. I'm not gonna go get into it. But yeah, this is their pseudosciences and other shit. Anyway, things that support their behaviors. And again, you can go to the scriptures and find examples of projection, even starting with Adam and Eve. All right, when they were found out, what did Adam do? All right, Balaam, King David. There's all kinds of examples in it. Even in the New Testament, what did the Pharisees, you know? But nobody, and I mean nobody, made it an art form like these Edomites. Oh man, yeah, that's what they did. So once again, it says first name by Sigmund Freud, acts as a shield to protect self-esteem and lower anxiety. Key signs and examples: blaming others, accusing a partner of being angry when you are the one feeling mad. Insecurity shift, and this is big with them, especially when it comes to Jake. Of course, it says feeling jealous of a coworker, but telling yourself they are the ones who dislike you. They always try to flip shit around. Unconscious nature, happening automatically without the person realizing they are doing it. And as I read this at the beginning, I have to disagree with this unconscious. No, these devils, with the emphasis on devils, they know exactly what they're doing. Devil just meaning what? Deceiver and liar. All right. Let's see. Yeah. Let's get some examples in the scriptures. Like I said, I already gave you, dang it, a couple. Let's see. I said King David, right? So let's go there. 2 Samuel 12:1. Nathan rebukes David. And the Most High, whose name is Yahweh, sent Nathan unto David, and he came unto him and said unto him, there were two men in one city, one rich and the other poor. The rich man had exceeding many flocks and herds, but the poor man had nothing save one little ewe lamb, which he had bought and nourished up, and it grew up together with him and with his children. He did eat of his own meat and drank of his own cup, and lay in his bosom, and was unto him as a daughter. And there came a traveler unto the rich man, and he spared to take of his own flock and of his own herd to dress for the wayfaring man that was coming to him, but took the poor man's lamb and dressed it for the man that was come to him. And David's anger was greatly kindled against the man, and he said to Nathan, as the Most High liveth, the man that hath done this thing shall surely die. All right. And he shall restore the lamb fourfold, because he did this thing and because he had no pity. And Nathan said to David, thou art the man. Thus saith the Most High, Yahweh, the God of Israel, I anointed thee king over Israel, and I delivered thee out of the hand of Saul. And I gave thee thy master's house and thy master's wives into thy bosom, and gave thee the house of Israel and of Judah. And it that had been too little, I would moreover have given unto thee such and such things. Wherefore hast thou despised the commandment of the Most High to do evil in his sight? Thou hast killed Uriah the Hittite with the sword, and hast taken his wife to be thy wife, and hast slain him with the sword of the children of Ammon. Now therefore the sword shall never depart from thine house, because thou hast despised me, and hast taken the wife of Uriah the Hittite to be thy wife. Thus saith the Most High, Yahweh, behold, I will raise up evil against thee out of thine own house, and I will take thy wives into thine eyes, and give them unto thy neighbor, and he shall lie with thy wives in the sight of this son. For thou didst it secretly. But I will do this thing before all Israel, and before the sun. And David said unto Nathan, I have sinned against the Most High Yahweh. And Nathan said unto David, the Most High Yahweh also hath put away thy sin. Thou shalt not die. Now, by contrast, we know that these Edomites are going to be showed no mercy. All right. I guess they never read this or never considered that this would apply to them. But remember, when we get to what these devils did by taking the Most High's covenant into their mouth, what did they think it was going to happen? I mean, this was, you can't, oh man. These people, boy, you think you're going to dodge, or you're going to alter prophecy in some way. This is Psalms 50 and 16. But unto the wicked the Most High saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth? Seeing thou hatest instruction and castest my words behind thee. All right, so we're at the time now where this devil is falling. Enough of them sense what's going on. Like I mentioned, Revelation 12 and 12, especially as it pertains to the elites, because they're the ones with the power to do all this. It's over. All right. This man, as the scriptures say, he showed no mercy to us. Therefore, James 2 and 13 applies. He that showed no mercy shall be shown no mercy. All right. And this is what's coming to them. You can see it in their face. The everyday Edomite. They're worried. They're by no means as proud and bold as they used to be. All right. And that's why I say at the end of all my videos, as a warning to you Jakes, as you're seeing more and more Jakes being unalived, be very careful. All right. Who you're around. All right. Where you are. And, you know, but we know that this is going to be something that Jake is just going to be, you know, we got a lot of wicked and retarded Jakes, and you know that judgment is going to befall them. I just pray that I'm not put in that circumstance. All right, and you know, the rest of the brethren. All right, because hey, it's coming. It's coming, and you know all of us going to be, you know, tested. That's a given. But these devils, all right, it only gets worse. Like I said, you know, we're in this time, this period now where everything is being, I mean, their status in the world, especially the American Edomite, and since he's coupled with the Israeli, that Jeremiah 49, let me get it, and 20. If you can't see this, let's see, especially after what Ukraine did, let's get it real quick. This is Jeremiah 49. judgment on Ammon, and as we go down here, judgment on Edom. This is the self-professed white man. Their biblical nationality is that of Edom. The very word means red, and they are. The blood shore, that translucent skin, that's a curse. All right, let's see. I'll go right to the point. I encourage you to read from 7 on down, but I'm going, like I said, right to the point. All right. This is Jeremiah chapter 49, verse 20. Therefore hear the counsel of the Most High, again, whose name is Yahweh, that he hath taken against Edom, and his purposes, that he hath proposed against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitations desolate with them. You got to understand, and from everything I've been able to gather, this country has really, these small hats as we refer to them, speaking code, really started to get their hooks really in deep as it involves America during the Civil War, the American Civil War, with the situation with the Greenbacks, Abraham Lincoln, and then they, with going back and forth up until after Theodore Roosevelt's presidency. He was talking about 1912, 1913, when Taft was in. Federal Reserve, I want to be clear. Let's see. It's easy to look it up. Because Taft got his payoff, which was, and then you had, who was the senator? Damn it, I can't remember his name now. That helped. Yep, here it is. Yep. It was Taft. I think he's the one that got stuck in, his big ass got stuck in the bathtub. Anyway, in the White House. So his payoff was he was the only president to serve on the Supreme Court. So, and then of course Wilson gets elected, and it really goes to shit because then they convince him to get America involved in the First World War. And of course this is the time where the Bolsheviks and all that shit was going on. So they were, the small hats, that is, plotting and planning and during that time. And it's the thing that they will never admit, and they keep blaming people such as myself and other minorities, but the hard truth is that your own people sold you out. This is why shit is happening to you like it is. I mean, ultimately it's the Most High orchestrating this, but you need to look at yourselves. Hurts, don't it? I know it does. You're always looking for someone else to blame, but it's you. Let's go back to the video.
Law enforcement details for Amanda Karolkiewicz. In 2024, she allegedly wrote on this account, "I grew up in Metro Detroit. Now I'm in a small beach town in West Michigan. It's like living in a Hallmark movie." But the Hallmark card soon turned into a death note, because later she posted a message that said he, talking about her husband Christopher, was divorced and older than me. Fast forward 10 years and 5 kids, he was cheating with the intern again, the same age I was when I was the intern. After about a year of self-loathing, I remember crying and looking at myself in the mirror and realizing how expletive it was that I was the one who was living so miserably because of what he did. She also wrote about the time she shoved her husband after learning of his emotional affair. I don't feel bad still, she commented in 2024 on Reddit. He towers over me and destroyed me mentally. It felt like I was being assaulted and needed to fight back. I think it's a fight or flight thing. And she also talked about Christopher's own emotional outbursts, saying he had such a big reaction to what she called a pretty normal question from a marriage counselor about whether he heard Amanda. So there were a ton of problems in this marriage: infidelity, lack of trust, domestic violence. She said that she was overwhelmed with handling 6 kids. They were at the point where they crossed the line with putting their hands on each other, and this post alleges that she was the one who attacked him. So this was a domestic violence situation that was only deteriorating. This was what became of her Hallmark movie of a life. That's what she wrote, but I guess that's why the white media didn't compare her life to a Hallmark movie. This is the true portrait of what was happening in this marriage, and I'm not saying that their personal marital problems should be fodder for the public, but let's be honest, when these things happen with black people, the white media can't wait to report on any sort of dirt, dysfunction, or disarray they can find. Everything's game. But in this case, they're going real easy, most of them, with not pushing every bit of gossip, rumor, or internet postings. So as usual, we have the white media trying to whitewash this and slip in the old, well, clearly this guy was crazy, because that's the only possible explanation for someone from the dominant society doing something like this, when in reality, as I've documented for you, the fact this happens so much so often means this is not insanity. This is an evil that dare not speak its own name. But we will. This practice of some member of a family killing everybody has been given a name.
I got that up here somewhere. Let's see. I know damn well. Let's see. I have projection. Oh, I got it twice. That's why. Dadgummit. I had it up here. Let's see. Let's see. I have to do it like this. Again. Oh, come on. Let's see. There it is right there. Yeah. Yeah, I know I did it. Alright, family annihilators are a rare type of offender who kills multiple close relatives, most often a spouse and their children. Criminologists classify these offenders into 4 main types: self-righteous, anomic, and disappointed. The self-righteous type, this killer blames the partner for a family breakup and acts out of anger or desire to punish the spouse. Anomic, the killer links family status directly to financial success, which this seems to be the case, and destroys the household after facing severe economic failure. Actually, the first 2. Alright, disappointed. The killer believes family members fail to live up to strict moral, cultural, or personal expectations. Paranoid, and a combination of this one too. The killer acts out of a distorted belief that an external force, such as the government or social services, is coming to take the children away. Alright. Common behavioral traits: control and loss. Most perpetrators are male and driven by and driven by a catastrophic loss of control, such as a pending divorce, job loss, bingo, or financial shame. It seems to, with these people, this is the big trigger right here: job loss. And then everything, the dominoes fall from there. Suicide. A large majority of these offenders take their own lives immediately after the murders, such as this. Pre-planning. The acts are rarely spontaneous and are frequently preceded by a hidden history of domestic abuse or mounting social pressure. Alright. So now you know what we're working with.
Family annihilation. This is absolutely horrifying that it's happened so often to the extent that they could give a formal name to it. And not surprisingly, the largest number of family annihilations have happened in Greg Abbott's Texas and Moron DeSantis' Florida.
What?
When you create, foster, and protect a degenerate
Republicans?
culture,
No.
you get degenerate results. This is a public health emergency, but you wouldn't know about how the white authorities are treating it. But then again, the opioid epidemic, which is larger than the crack epidemic ever was, is also a public health
Dare I say, what, why would things like this be happening to people that first glance you were like, they got their shit in order? Could it be that, well, it's like I said, with James 2 and 13, you showed no mercy. All right, but see, the thing is not that you did these things to us, it's who you did these things to. And all the things that you did to us. All right, remember Zechariah 2 and 8. Let's get it. Let's get it. All right, it's going to be more and more situations like this happening. All right, this is Zechariah 2 and 8. It says, well, thus saith the Most High, Yahweh, the Lord of hosts, all right, our armies. After the glory hath he sent me unto the nations which spoiled you. What does spoil mean? Let's get another, let's see, Bible. Let's see. All right. Why did that happen? What did I do? Here it is. That's the one I'm looking for. All right. Spoil. What does that mean? Strong's H7997. To drop or strip, by implication, to plunder, let fall, make self a prey. Let's look that up in the regular old dictionary. Spoil. All right. The word spoil means to ruin, decay, or overindulge, damage, to ruin or hurt the value, beauty, or pleasure of something. To spoil a people. All right. Look at that. Noun meanings, valuables, loot, as in booty, or gains taken by force or victory, usually used as spoils of war, which would include us. That's what he has done and continues to do and will not let up. And you wonder why these things are happening to you? Like I said, it's not just that you did it, it's who you did it to. All right, let's continue with finishing that scripture. For thus saith the Most High Yahweh, the Lord of hosts or armies, after the glory hath he sent me unto the nations which spoiled you, for he that toucheth you toucheth the apple of his eye. The apple. Wow. Let's get a look at that. All right. So that's Strong's H892, Baba. All right. The pupil of the eye, apple of the eye. Let's get that expression. Let's bring it more to life. Of my eye. Let's see. meaning. Remember, this is according to the Most High. What is the meaning, you are the apple of my eye? Is an English idiom that means someone is deeply cherished or loved, often by a parent, partner, or close friend. The phrase originates from ancient times when the apple referred to the pupil of the eye, symbolizing something precious and irreplaceable. So, what do you think is going to happen to the person that did something, continually does something to a people that is considered the apple of the Most High's eye? Doesn't look too good.
Crisis. But because crack affected largely black people and meth affects almost exclusively the dominant society, the authorities have been handling it very differently. Their approach has been hands-off. It is not, and they dare not make it a law enforcement matter, no matter how many Mexican cartels are involved or rural reprobate meth labs there are. And instead of militarizing the police to go after these meth addicts and dealers, instead the police get Narcan so they can give first aid to meth overdoses. Hell, the white media glorifies it. Breaking Bad became a critically acclaimed, top-rated show and a bona fide cultural phenomenon. Don't see them doing that with anything involving black people at all. So we have a protected class of narcotics and a protected class of mass murderer because there's a protected class of offenders. The latest mass murder is not some wild anomaly. The reason the mass killing in Louisiana made so many headlines and was kept on constant repeat was precisely because of how out of the ordinary it is. Pookie and Ray Ray shooting at each other downtown is something they can point to, but even then it's usually one person killed, 5 injured. As I've always told you, that's why the white media prefers that people use the term mass shooting, because that narrative is far more convenient to them than mass murder. A black man killing his entire family is nowhere near as common as a male in the suburbs or rural areas killing their kids, spouse, parents, and the next door neighbor. And what do we know about the place where this atrocity happened? Grand Haven Township is a community of about 18,000 people, so it's a small town, not a major city. Naturally, the people who live there say nothing like this has ever happened there. Of course not. It never does. Right up until it happens. And for the white supremacist trash who always like to try to make Chicago out to be the murder capital of America, during the same weekend that this massacre happened in the little town of Grand Haven, over in the entire city of Chicago, there were 4 people killed that entire 3-day weekend.
How about that?
More people died in a single day in little old Grand Haven Township than in the entire 3-day weekend in the city of Chicago. In a city of millions of people, many of them black, by the way, but more people died in a small town of 18,000 as opposed to 3 million in Chicago. Oh, where are the per capita clowns when you need them?
There you go.
And while I don't know what the number of total fatal shootings was in Detroit for that same weekend, I'm willing to bet it wasn't as high as Grand Haven Township's was. To the white supremacists who like to lurk around here, you notice that she said that she grew up in Detroit, but that's not where she was murdered. It was in a town that's more than 90% white, as she put it, a nice beachfront hallmark card of a town, and yet the white media and the white supremacists love to push the propaganda that this woman was surely in greater danger in Detroit. If people are going to bring up the proverbial south side of Chicago, then you bring it up all the time, not just when it's convenient to you. That's the reason I like to make mention of it at times like this. And while the white media may try to put an artificial cap on how long they count these family annihilations, I've been telling you about stuff like this since at least the Pike County massacre, and that was 10 years ago. So no, this didn't just start happening in 2020. That's when the white media wants to try to keep count. That's why you got the black media. So, when is this public health crisis finally going to be taken seriously? I guess when it's mostly black people who are doing it. And that's this week's Friday Crime Report. Keep your eyes open and stay on alert, because there's a lot worse criminals out there than the ones the white corporate media chooses to show you. Good day, and be one.
And that's not to exclude Jake, all right? No, don't do that, all right? Because we got some wicked Jakes out here. All right. So there you have it. Once again, these same old games they playing that, you know, Jake, by and large, is well aware of what's going on now, you know, when it comes to this media. So, you know, we're seeing the divine hand at work here. All right, these games that he's been playing, nothing's really hidden like it used to be, or as much as it used to be. All right, and this is clearly a sign of this devil going down. All right, that little book, that one chapter in Obadiah, says so much. All right. So with that, once again, this has been the Crime Report from Professor Black Truth's site. Man kills own children and wife and himself. All right. So yeah, this devil is being exposed on so many levels. All right. Can't get away. So with that, again, pay attention to where you are and who you're around. Keep your eyes and ears open. So until the next video, shalom.